Hey folks, just hopping on to tell you how great of a day I had yesterday. So, it started with my collective meeting that I have every Tuesday online, where we just talk about what's going on in the world and in our lives, and how our gifts are developing or expanding, or we're coming into new ones, whatever it is. And so we, of course, talked about those things, but we also talked about other ways that we're expanding. So one woman, for example, is thinking about expanding her community outreach beyond the United States. And I think it's an amazing idea because she does a lot of community work, and she's being led to do that, right? And then we got on the topic of spirituality and art and sound and frequency, and we're all experiencing that in a new way. And whenever a bunch of intuitives come together and intuit the same information, then you can rest assured that it is a message for the collective. So sound, frequency, art in the context of spirituality is becoming increasingly important. And I know that for me, for example, my guides have been talking to me a lot about these things. And even like before I go to sleep sometimes will take me to what I call the realm of frequency and tell me to just choose one and see how it feels, to hold it, see what the vibration is, see how it feels in my body, see how I connect to it. And now they're showing me what I am to do with those frequencies, right? And it has a lot to do with sound and with art. Now, I won't say that artists and creatives haven't already been doing this in some kind of way, but this feels like a more focused, more potent way of infusing these frequencies into our day-to-day life and into art, right? And you can think about the painter or the sculptor or the maker, right? Any kind of creativity. Everything holds vibration. Because at one point I was asking, wow, that's interesting. How do I do that? And they're like, you're already doing it. Humans are already doing it. This is just going to be more focused, right? Because everything does hold vibration. If you are to pick up an object, for example, it has a vibration and it holds vibration. So you can have it tell you the story of where it came from, who its owner was or is, how it got to where it is, where it was created in terms of a factory or store or community. Like you can get it to tell you all of the history of it. And so infusing these frequencies in things like art and music becomes one of the ways that we take all of the upgrades that we've been experiencing collectively, right? All of these shifts, all of these downloads and these higher vibes and these moments of ascension, and we infuse it into our physical world a little more directly. So I know that there's a class coming down the pipeline here. I've already heard I'm going to be teaching an art class in May. I'm super excited about that, and I'll talk more about that when I have more information. So that's how my day started. Then I went to a meetup in person with some people. We're talking about the same topics, right? Because it's extremely easy to find people who are seeking out community or other people to talk to about the things that they're experiencing, about how we all know the world is just broken right now, like it's just not working, in terms of what's going on politically, what we need, what's missing, and how spirituality has a is a really big aspect of that for many, right? And so I was there in the meetup, we're chatting it up, and they were like, yeah, we think that the artists are going to really help, put things back together, so to speak, here in the future. And I was like, yeah, that's absolutely what I am sensing too. It's, the creatives in general, right? Because we already know how the very heavy, a patriarchal kind of mindset has put together the world, how it no longer is working for us, how things very much so need to be changed, and how creatives can there are artists who literally take people's trash. They take people's literal trash and they turn it into, they recycle it, they upcycle, whatever. They turn it into art that is worth tens of thousands of dollars, right? Creatives got the eye for how to come to something that seemingly looks like absolute rubble and is ready for the dumpster, and recreate it and make it anew and make it so amazing, right? And so when these towers, after these towers are done falling, because that's what's happening right now, we're going to need the creatives. We're going to need them to look upon this pile of dust and rubble and to say, okay, we take that piece and we take this piece and stand back, because we're about to create something beautiful. We know how to innately do that. And so calling all creatives, and start thinking about how you can expand the role that you are playing in terms of helping to rebuild the country in the way that we need it, in the way that is more supportive, in the way that reflects that collective ascension that we are going through, piece by piece, right? In addition to that, I came home later and I saw a very lovely video, a clip of Leon talking about how his old precious Teslas are being torched across the country by the deranged left. Clearly, they have a mental illness, is what he was saying. Tesla has never done anything wrong. It's a peaceful company. Well, folks, keep it up, because not only is it humorous, it's necessary. Let them feel it. Let them feel it way down deep.